3, 2, 1, Afghanka interview. Action! Yes, everyone! Welcome back by a new vlog. It's been a long, very long time that I made an interview, with myself of all the questions of my fans. Yes, everyone, I'm back! Yeah! So, I have wrote also the questions here, yeah. It's me, your top boy, Dog AFG. Afghanka or Afghanka, for those who can't speak my name. You know, Afghanka or Afghanka is. Or it's called in stupid Dutch, Afghanka, but that's not how you sing it. So, how are you doing today, all of you? I'm doing great, fine. Of course, great news. My first album is coming out. Here, you can see it. I can show it to you. My first album is coming out, Live Free or Die Hard. I've been busy with this first album 3 fucking months. It's a really busy, project. And you can see it here. Here's also the background. You can see all the 70 songs that I made. 17 songs. Can you imagine how fucking busy I was all these 3 fucking months, man? I spent all my energy in all these songs to make them as the real rap songs I want to bring out. All the energy, you understand? So now you know, my friends. So, you know, man, it's the dog coming out. You know, Dog AFG. What? Of course, yeah. Why do I call myself like that? If you know the rapper DMX, you know DMX, Earl Simmons, you know what I'm talking about. Then you know why I'm calling myself Dog AFG. So let's go back to all the questions of my fans. Because my fans have wrote me many questions that I didn't answer for many months. It was in my private, my email box, DM on Instagram, TikTok. So let's go, first begin with the first questions of my fans. And then I'm gonna make the last song of my album, number 8. And then the album will be released maybe tomorrow. I will look for it, but this week, my first album is coming. I can't wait, my friends. And maybe I really want to give shows, concerts, that's not available, but I really want to give shows so I can show my talent to everybody that I am who I am. I am rapper Afghanka. That's who I am, and I want to show them. And not the guy who's only sitting here making music, only seeing himself on social media, and everybody doesn't react or doesn't respond, don't give, and no, it shows interest. Man, fuck that. That's not what I want. That's why I started this career as a real rapper, you know? That's how rappers start their career, you know? I don't have anything to explain, but this is what I want in the future as well. To give concerts, showing my album, rapping, and showing my talent. You know? So let's go to the first questions. I didn't do this for 3 years. You can see a video on my YouTube channel where I maybe did that. So let's go to the first question. Why do you call yourself Afghanka? And what does this stand for? Does it mean you're Afghan? Or does it mean you're Russian? Well, that's a good question. Let's go begin first with this answer. Well, my artist name is, as I told you, but the name is originally Russian, and it stands for the Soviet uniform that was used during the time of the Soviet war in Afghanistan. Well, why did I choose this name? Well, I am half Russian, half Afghan. So it is really logical for people, and some people say that's really smart what you've created. That's really brilliant. Yeah, because I'm half Russian, half Afghan. I can't hide myself with these roots. I'm not only, Dutch, but I'm half Afghan, Russian. My mom is Russian, my father is Afghan. So that's why I call myself Afghanka. Got it? Because I want to represent my roots. If I was only Afghan, then I would maybe call myself Lil Afghani or MC Afghani. But I really thought that it was really stupid when I wanted to create my artist name, which, funny, it was did you know it was my PlayStation name? Yeah, really, it was my PlayStation name. But I changed it. I really wanted to use it as my artist name in hip-hop. So I chose Afghanka as the perfect name. I thought This is the only name that I can recognize myself. And people will really love it because, yeah, this is who I am. I'm half Russian, half Afghan. Got it? And Doc AFG, well, as I told you, as a guy, I was imitating, DMX, Doc AFG. Well, the Doc stands for him. I said it in my previous video that I post on TikTok. You can see the little interview of myself. The Doc stands for DMX. So who was DMX? His real name was Earl Simmons. He was a rapper, of course, as you know, and an actor. He played with Jet Li, Steve's Go check out the DMX prayer that I made on my album. You know what I'm talking about. And this artist name is dedicated to him. That's the dog. That's what it stands for, the dog. AFG is a little bit of reference to my name, Afghanka, but then you can call me AFG. For those who can't say my name, you can just say AFG. Hey, AFG, or yo, hey. You can also call me A of Afghanka. That's also the sign that I use. That's the sign of myself. DMX sign was this because of the X. My sign is the A because the first character is the A. Afghanka, or A, So that's why I call myself I thought this artist's name is perfect and I can use it in the hip-hop. Then only calling myself FM and Lil Farhad, I thought, what the fuck are these people really creating these stupid fucking names that sounds so embarrassing. Some of these people, I said to them, what the fuck are you saying? That's not who I am. I'm not Lil Farhad. What the fuck off, man? I am Afghanka, and that's who I am. And that's what I represent in my rap, Oh, really? I have also another artist name. It's called Lord of the Rhyme, because I'm rhyming all the time, and I thought, Lord of the Rhyme, I always sing in my songs that I made, because, it's a fine time, but I'm the Lord of the Rhyme. You got it? And people really think, whoa, that's amazing, man. That's really, great. But you create it because I'm rhyming, and a rapper is known by rhyming his words in his music. So I really want to call myself Lord of the Rhyme. It's a reference to Lord of the Rings, but then Lord of the Rhyme. You know what I'm saying? So I've also another, I don't really use that artist name, Skeezy Screams, but that sounds so stupid. I don't really use that. So let's go to the second question. Is it true that you're bringing your first album out? Because I'm always seeing on your posts that you're always posting your rap videos. It's called Live Free or Die Hard. What does that really stand for? I really asking myself. Well, that's also a good question. Well, yeah, as I told you, my first album is coming out. Live Free or Die Hard. Well, what does that stand for? Well, on TikTok, I told people, Live Free or Die Hard stands for you live free with all the freedom you have, everything you have. Live free with whatever you are, whatever you are, wherever you are. Or you die hard with everything you had. You die with everything or without nothing you have achieved or you don't have achieved. And the last sentence, words die hard, reference to the movie Die Hard. You know that movie with Bruce Willis? One of my favorite action movies. Oh, Die Hard. Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker. That's the quote of him, the famous line in John McClane, Die Hard movie. Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker. Yeah, I love those movies. And I thought, Live Free or Die Hard, it sounds cool. It sounds badass. Live free or die hard. Because in the movies, John McClane, played by Bruce Willis, is almost dying every time he tried to rescue people. He's trying to kill terrorists, bad guys, blah, blah, blah. So that's why I call my first album, Live Free or Die Hard. You live free with everything, or you just die with like Bruce Willis, like John McClane. That's why I thought, Die Hard is one of my favorite action movies. I thought I need to represent it. And I thought this is amazing, If you didn't saw the movies Die Hard, go check it out. But Bruce Willis is now sick. He's now retirement, so yeah. It's a shame that he doesn't make any movies anymore, like Die Hard 6, which should have come, but it will never come again. The Die Hard franchise is over. So let's go back to the third question. why are you always barking and always screaming in your rap? Well, that's what it just said. I'm representing, well, yeah, myself as DMX, but the more in my rap because I love the guy so much. And yeah, as I told you, DMX, he's my image of hip hop. He's my stepfather, dog father. You can call whatever you want. DMX, he's everything to me. I wish I could meet him one day. I wish I could meet DMX, but he's dead for 4 years. Yeah. I really hate, man, that he died. Yeah, man. So, yeah. That's why I'm barking, and I'm always also, of course, screaming. Well, yeah, what I just did. But yeah, what? Yeah, that's a reference to him, because DMX was known by his barking, aggressive sounds, he screamed, If you know DMX, you should listen to his rap so you can hear it yourself. Let's go to the fourth question. Who's your other favorite rappers? Well, 50 Cent is my second. 50 Cent because he was shot 9 times. And 50 Cent has he has such a cool, chilling voice, which I really love. And the dude is he has such big muscles. I'm really jealous on him. And he has so many money, of course, in his pockets, which I could use in the rapper industry. But yeah, 50 Cent really made it much better in his career than DMX. That's only what I'm fair about this answer. 50 did his job more better. Yeah, I don't say, of course, much bigger and more broad, more international than DMX did. DMX is only more famous in the United States. He's famous here in Europe as well, but not as famous as 50 Cent, Because 50 Cent made it much more better, international, with his, money business. So, yeah. Next more are Snoop Dogg, Eminem. Eminem is the godfather of hip-hop, but DMX is the GOAT of hip-hop. For me, he's the GOAT, the greatest of all, I can't argue not between him and Eminem. DMX is my favorite rapper of all time. Eminem is number 2. Yeah, Ice Cube, if you know Ice Cube, with also that aggressive voice. Dr. Dre, but he's more beat produced, but he also can rap good. I don't say he raps bad. Jadakiss, maybe you know him. You know that rapper. He's also from New York. Ja Rule, was also a friend of DMX, but became his rival. Yeah, I'll tell that in another video if you want to know. Yeah, let's go back to the fifth question. What is your favorite food or what are your hobbies? Well, my favorite food is pizza. I love pizza since I was, years. I love pizza. It's my favorite number 1 food. I don't sometimes eat it when I'm hungry, but I love it. Yeah, what was the second, what was the other question? Oh, yeah. My hobbies, yeah, gaming, rapping, of course, making songs, making movie scenes of movies that I like. I like a lot of movies, like Pirates of the Caribbean, The Lord of the Rings, but I'm a little bit stopped with that. For me, it's more old school, but yeah. Mission Impossible, Die Hard, of course, yeah, Die Hard. I almost forgot it. Yeah, which other movie, hobbies? Biking. Yeah. That's it. Yeah, social media, but yeah, more rap is, rapping. Yeah, man, acting in those movie scenes, those are my hobbies. So now you know. Question number 6. Do you have a relationship? No. Question number 7. Do you love girls more than men or men more than girls? Because I don't really sometimes understand if you have a girl because you're rapping sometimes more about a girl. Well, what do you think? I love girls. No men. I'm not gay. So that's a good answer. Question number 7. Oh, number 8. Why did you start your career? Why did you start to begin as a rapper and you developed yourself so much on YouTube? Well, because I can rap, as I told you, yeah. As I told many people, I can rap, I have talent, But nobody's seeing it. No rap studio is seeing it, and I hope they will see it. And they will accept me one day that I'm going to the studio and showing my skills. I can do it. But the problem is, I need to write the text. Of course, I need to write text on rap, When I'm busy in the studio, I will write my text. But I am more my guy who raps more his text as a freestyle in his head and spit it out. Than more writing. Because it gives me so much time. And I don't have the time to write. Because I've also other things to do. Like the housekeeping. I got my friends. So if I will be in a real studio, I will spend all my time to write on the first song. Writing on a paper. But for me it's more easier to rap. The whole lyrics are freestyle out, and then I'm hearing it myself many times as I'm listening to my album songs, also to other songs which I didn't make in that way. I tried to make an album, but that all completely failed because I showed no interest in. But this year my first album will come, and maybe second album, which I have a special title. It's called Hip Hop for Life. That's my second album, so it's gonna be great. Question number 9. What do you think about the trouble in the world about Israel in the Ukraine conflict? What are your opinions about the Netanyahu and Zelensky? No comment. Fuck them all. Fuck that war. I don't care. Question. Clear. That's a clear answer. Question number 10. Who is your favorite celebrity artist, or do you have other favorite, hip hop artists? Well, as I told you, celebrity artists. Well, I don't know. I think many actors, Hollywood actors. I don't really have a special one. Some ladies. Well, the Dua Lipa. Damn, she's hot. Miley Cyrus. Whew! If I had a date with them, oh my god, would be the best day of my life. Well, Justina Valentine, but yeah. She has such a big ass and big boobs. Yeah. It's a little more overrated, but yeah. But yeah, I don't really know. Yeah, those are my, I don't say my favorite celebrity stars, but yeah, I don't really have someone. But yeah. Now Alright, let's go to the last questions. Well, I think I have some questions. Do you have brothers or sisters? Because I never seen a brother of yours or a photo of your sister. I have 2 brothers. One is older than me. It was his birthday in July. On the 4th of July. It's also funny. He's born on the 4th of July when it's Independence Day in the United States. I have another brother who is 23 years old, so I have 2 brothers. Do you have a good relationship with your mom and dad? Because in your song, Mom Forgive Me, you talked about the bad things, also about your mom, that you had trouble with her also in the evening, if I remember what you were singing in your song. Yep, that's true. Mom Forgive Me is song number, what's the name? I can't really, number 15. Mom Forgive Me is a song that I made about my mom, that's true. I had much trouble with her in the evening. There was also a moment in September 2010. I remember that I had no birthday presents, nothing. I was sitting there in another room and I had to be quiet. It was one of the worst birthdays in my life. My mom was really not nice to me. Yeah, I know, my friends, but yeah, that's my past. I had trouble with her many evenings that I didn't listen so much good, I also have many problems because my mom was always saying naive, not so nice to me about things, about growing older and, when you're in your teenage times, which were my devastating, difficult times that I ever had in my life. My teenage time of my childhood times were perfect. But when the teenage time started, it were all completely going wrong. I had a first best friend who betrayed me, who gave me pain. I told also the people in my work today, His name was Rick, and he was such an asshole motherfucker first class that ever met in my life. Well, how you saying, yeah, he didn't broke my heart, but he broke my friendship heart. I knew this guy from my elementary school, and I trusted him as a brother with all my life. But on that day, it all completely go wrong on WhatsApp. And yeah, I ended the friendship. And after that, I get many beefs with my mom. I had a fight with my father. Yeah, it was a lot of situations. I really, I'm grown now. I'm almost 30 years old. I can talk more than then because I was not even a rapper. But yeah, I had many trouble in my past in that time. In those moments in the evening when I lived by my mom. Yeah, it was a struggle. Many people couldn't understand why I sometimes I told it. I'm not someone who's speaking it about. But sometimes when people talk about problems with their parents, I'm talking about. But they also said to me, why did you stay? Why did you leave? Why did you not? Yes, and so did your mom. And you just go fighting back. I couldn't do that. Because if I was going to fight against my mom would send me out of her home. She would kick my ass. And she would send home. Yeah, that's Russian mother, That's Russian mentality of a mother. My mom is not like a European, Western European mom. She's Eastern European, so that's a real difference, There's a difference between her mentality and Western European mother mentality, Yeah, my father, yeah, he didn't really understand I had a syndrome, so yeah, he beated me in my face, yeah. It were those are the traumas and the flashbacks I still have in my head, but yeah, what can I do about it? It's the past. You can't change it, but you can speak it. You can speak about it. But normally I don't speak about it really, yeah, only with friends, but not really. But here on YouTube I can speak about because I'm also now growing older, and I can tell you that's the past that I had in my teenage time. So yeah. So, last questions. What are your plans for the future? Well, building a rap career. Make sure I'm getting standing on a concert or a show. As I always saying in my rap songs, Making more album songs. And spending much money. Hopefully, I will get to a rap studio and making real songs than I only do right now. But now that's my dream and my future. Well, also to live, getting out of here, living on myself. That's also a future plan, but that will come also. What kind of girl do you like? Because you many times sing or rapping in your albums or in your songs about girls. Well, my girl has to stay, of course, blonde hair. Maybe brunette, but I like more blonde girls. Her character has to be lovely, cute, shy. And not an overact bitch, that only wants her her clothes, her money. Oh, can you do this? Can you do that? Man, fuck that. I don't want that bitch. I don't want a girlfriend like that. I will kick her ass out of here and say, go away. Because she always give me a headache. You know why I'm telling you this? I have a friend here who had more than 5 girlfriends. 5 fucking girlfriends, and they were all bad. Because they were so real weird in their head. I'm not going to tell you so much, but believe me, I won't really want to steal a girlfriend. I'm single, but if I want a girlfriend like that, no way, fuck that. Go get the fuck out of here. And I don't want that girlfriend, no way. I only gives me a headache the whole day. So yeah, what are you saying about that? You really hate the conflict in your rap, of course, about Putin, Zelensky, and yeah, of course, Israel. Why do you hate all of these conflicts? Because there's so much in the news, and of course, everybody's talking about. What are your opinions about? Well, I've no really opinion or comment. I told you I hate all of these conflicts. I make songs about it. As World War III, one of my songs on my album, number 5. Yeah. I make songs about of course, what I'm telling people, what is going on in the world, what really traumatized, what bothers me, what worries me. But I'm not gonna, I'm talking about these discussions or these cases, but I really don't want to talk about, I'm getting every day on the news, my friends and fans, I'm seeing every day on the news, conflict here, conflict there, Israel this, Russia this, Ukraine this. Now we have a war in Cambodia and Thailand. Man, fuck that. I don't want that shit. I'm getting all these fucking mad in my head, really. Fucking headache about all these conflicts in the world. Man, fuck that. People should be worried about their money, their life, their economy, and more about their own lifestyle or just their own, health. I'm not bothered about these conflicts. Sometimes I'm making songs, but I don't think, I don't really watching all the time news. I said it in TikTok. Every time I was watching news, I only seeing negative. Ukraine this, Israel this, Syria this, this war here. Fuck that. Oh my God, I get so fucking mad about it. That's why I'm getting so angry, of course, and frustrating these songs. Because I get so fucking mad of all these wars in our world. Oh man, can it never stop, really? Yeah. So, last questions. So you're making your first album. What's it called? Live Free or Die Hard. What is your real name? Because you always calling yourself Afghanka or Dog AFG, but I saw on your Insta profile, well, you're calling yourself F.Mobin. Yeah, my real name is Farhad Mobin. But I'm calling myself Afghanka. No, you got it. So that's it, my friends. I think it's done. I got so many questions answered. So yeah, if you still have questions about everything, let me know. And hope so. Hopefully you guys also like my chain that I made on my work. This is my rap chain that I showed you. That I won't also represent. As you can see on the back, it says Lord of the Rhyme, voice of the rap. That's also how I call myself. I'm the voice of the rap. So yeah. Yeah, that's who I am. I'm the voice of the rap, and I will make hip-hop and stay in hip-hop, and I will rap until I die. Just like DMX said once, I'm the voice of the streets. I'm the voice of the rap, of the streets and hip-hop itself. Because, like himself said, rap is the music of hip-hop, and hip-hop is a lifestyle. DMX. And he was right. Or he was right. So, yeah, that's what I represent. Of course, I'm also listen to other music. Like trance, techno, movie soundtracks, country music, rock. I love also other music styles, but rap and hip-hop is my number one. Nothing stands above the music, only hip-hop and rap. That's what I represent because I'm a rapper, So that's it, my friends. I'm going to end this and see you to the next video. And go check out my last song and my first album, Live Free or Die Hard. And I'll see you soon. Aight? It was Afghanka Dog AFG. I'm out.